What's happening, people? We're back for the third movement of Ludwig van Beethoven's Fifth Symphony, as performed by the Philharmonia Orchestra and conducted by Otto Klemperer. And the third movement is an Allegro, so definitely there's going to be some tempo and some pace, though as I've noted, and maybe you have heard, the first two movements are not played quite as quickly in their respective tempos as I have heard other recordings of this symphony, so I wonder if it'll be the same here. Again, I've had this Klemperer Legacy collection for many, many years, but I've listened to a number of different performances of Beethoven's symphonies, and indeed I reacted to two of his symphonies under the conduction of Karl Baum. I've listened to some CDs I have of his symphonies conducted by Herbert von Karajan, so yes, when I go through my classical collection, it's enjoyable to hear the differences and to be reminded of the performance styles of different conductors and orchestras. In any case, let's hear it. This is the third movement of Beethoven's Fifth Symphony as performed by the Philharmonia Orchestra and conducted by Otto Klemperer. I was waiting for that. So yes, if you didn't know, the third movement goes right into the fourth movement. So when I do the final movement reaction in a moment, I'll try to cue up the last few seconds there. I was recalling that about halfway through. So yes, it's a very standout movement in terms of that melody, that building melody that comes around a few times. And it's funny, the first two times it comes around, I was thinking like, oh, this is actually roughly the tempo that I've heard this performed at or conducted at in other recordings. But when it came around the third time, when I think it's mostly like pizzicato strings, then it did sound a little bit slower. So yes, ultimately I feel like the stamp that Klemperer is putting on this performance is very unique and compelling, even if again it's slightly slower than I'm used to or even inclined to hear it. So yes, I'm enjoying the journey. I will say you can tell this is an old recording. I think he lived from like the 1870s to the 1950s, so this is no more recent than like, 70 or so years old, and probably a little older than that. And there's like some room ambient noise that you can hear at some points, which doesn't detract from it for me. It just gives it a sense of history and age. So yes, as I said, I enjoy listening to different recordings of pieces that I'm very fond of, this one included, and I appreciate having this Klemperer legacy collection, in part because it's this legendary conductor who, again, died over 70 years ago, or roughly thereabouts. So it's, I think, a testament to the appreciation you develop over time listening to classical music when you become familiar with different conductors and, of course, different composers. So yes, I'm enjoying it. I hope you are too. One more movement to go, and it is a doozy. So I'll see you in a moment. Peace.